Introduction. Buddhist teachings are considered an experimental teaching, aiming to solve human problems, freeing people from the suffering and bondage created by humans, and it has become a means, or a method to help people overcome the deadlocks in life that people encounter, or in other words, Buddhist teachings are remedies to cure everyone's illnesses, which is why we often hear, sentient beings have many diseases. Buddha Dharma is multifaceted, sentient beings have many diseases. Buddha Dharma also has many remedies for many different diseases. The 7 factors of enlightenment are 7 methods to help sentient beings escape from delusional thoughts to achieve enlightenment in life. Be content. Definition of the 7 factors of enlightenment, Saddha Sambojjhanga, equals the 7 factors of enlightenment. The Chinese translation is enlightenment, the path to enlightenment, one of the supreme dharmas, Paramatha Dhamma, of the 37 enlightenment chapters mentioned by the Buddha in the Truth of the Path. The 7 factors of enlightenment are 7 methods of practice to help practitioners achieve enlightenment and achieve liberation. 2. Content of the 7 branches of enlightenment, 1. Investigation of Dharma enlightenment, Dhammavichaya Sambojjhanga. Traik is a choice, Dharma is a method. Traik Dharma is the choice of a practice method to suit one's own level of foundation. It also helps people perceive wisely to distinguish and choose correctly the methods of combining with themselves. That's why the patriarchs often teach, medicine is not precious or convenient, healing is a good medicine, the Dharma has no short term, quick or slow, combining the right factors is a wonderful Dharma. Choosing the right direction to follow the Dharma means we have implemented the spirit of investigating the Dharma and enlightenment. In the 10 Precepts Monk Sutra, it is said, the suffering in hell, of donkeys and camels carrying heavy loads is not suffering, not being able to find a direction is truly suffering. People who want to have right thinking, must practice Dharma investigation, because this is a method of analysis and reasoning to recognize real values. Buddhism views self-awareness in belief as having to be passed through the filter of wisdom called right view, rightly seeing and knowing, which the Buddha said, believing in me without understanding me is defaming me. In the Kamala Sutra, on Chi, Buddha said, don't be quick to believe in anything even if you hear it mentioned often. Don't believe in something that is a custom passed down thousands of years ago. Don't believe in clichés or anything that people often talk about too much. Don't believe in anything, even if it's an ancient saint's writing telling us not to believe something even if it is under the power of a teacher or a missionary. All truths, according to one's own experience and after clear confirmation, in accordance with reason, constitute one's own happiness. For ourselves and happiness for everyone, that is the truth and we try to live according to that truth. The ancients often taught, it is better to be without enlightenment for 1,000 years than to be wrong in 1 minute. Patriarch Lamte said, one thought is great, heaven and earth are mysterious, one thought is far away. Heaven and earth are far away. If we choose the wrong path and follow the wrong Dharma, it will be difficult to find it again. Therefore, investigating the enlightenment of the Dharma is a factor to help students of Buddhism perceive clearly and alertly on the path of choosing a practice method. 2. The factor of mindfulness of enlightenment, Sati Sambojjhanga, mind, is to remember and think, sense, is to be aware. Mindfulness and enlightenment means always remembering awareness. This is the method mentioned by the Buddha to help people develop wisdom, and at the same time has the ability to prevent false thoughts from arising. As we know, distracting thoughts are the cause of people's doubts and degeneration. They are a significant obstacle to the development of wisdom and disperse the power of the mind. On the contrary, mindfulness helps us clearly perceive things and phenomena through the dharmas of impermanence, suffering, selflessness in life, the changes of desire thoughts, for us. The look that judges the changes of the mind in each moment of birth and death, clearly sees wrong thoughts, has correct perception, right view, and thanks to that we clearly perceive the truth of the dharmas. Mindfulness and enlightenment helps us stay alert in all situations when facing the reality of life. 3. Enlightenment factor of diligence, Virya Sambojjhanga. Diligence in enlightenment is a dedicated effort towards awareness to eliminate thoughts, practicing the Dharma to develop wisdom, even though we have a noble ideal but lack concentration, effort and perseverance, diligence, make it difficult to achieve your aspirations. Philosopher Huxley said, "The ultimate goal in human life is action, not mere understanding." Therefore, diligence is the most important factor in realizing the ideal of liberation and enlightenment, without diligence and self-effort to create inner strength. One cannot fight against the enemy of afflictions. Vivid image under the Bodhi tree when the Buddha Shakyamuni used Sujata's bowl of milk, then threw the bowl of milk into the river. Ni Lin Thuyen and made a great vow, even if my body dries up, my blood dries up, if I don't attain enlightenment, I vow not to leave this seat. Through that, we see that in people's practice or daily life, success is always for those who are diligent and hardworking, diligence. If they lack diligence, no matter how smart they are, it is difficult to achieve a career anywhere. Buddha taught, day after month, hour after hour, the goldsmith must make diligent efforts to filter pure gold. People who want to keep their body and mind pure must also try to practice like that. 4. The enlightenment factor of joy, piti sambojjhanga, the joy of enlightenment is the joy of awareness. When practicing, we always feel peace in daily life, not bound by afflictions, rejoicing in the good deeds that people around us have achieved. Okay. Therefore, practitioners must know how to generate joy in all situations to overcome all obstacles on the path to finding peace and liberation. If there is no joy and awareness in life, it will be difficult for practitioners to achieve the goal of enlightenment. In the teachings of Buddhism, joy is a basic element, with the ability to transform and neutralize impurities and afflictions. It is a factor that helps practitioners feel excited on their path of practice. Helps practitioners have a strong belief to achieve Bodhi. The main purpose of Buddhism is transforming ignorance and enlightenment, leaving suffering and attaining happiness, transforming ignorance to make sentient beings enlightened and happy after leaving suffering. 5. Pasati Sambojjhanga. Pasati Sambojjhanga, Tan means gentleness, and means peace, lightness and peace of mind, is a state of lightness. Peace and awareness in life, always relaxed due to achieving the pure joy and happiness of the dharmas. Good. It has the ability to eliminate binding afflictions and counteract unwholesome mental factors that cause unrest. When a practitioner achieves peace of mind, he will feel a state of lightness, such as a sick person overcoming long-term pain that has tormented their body. Therefore, they can walk steadily on the path to their destination because they have achieved lightness of mind. In the Aham Sutra, there is a Dharma talk. There was a bhikkhu who was sitting quietly in the forest. Suddenly his heart was filled with joy and exclaimed loudly, "Oh, so happy! Oh, so happy!" The fellow practitioners sitting next to him heard it and immediately told the Buddha. Buddha used that story to preach to everyone and asked the bhikkhu why he uttered such words when sitting quietly. The bhikkhu told the Buddha, "While meditating, I achieved a state of peace and felt lightness in my body and mind. I uttered those words because I was previously a mandarin in the court and had plenty of delicious delicacies. I am a servant, but I never feel secure every day. I am always afraid of someone else taking over my power and position. When it comes to the king, I am afraid of being reprimanded by a traitor. On the contrary, since I came here to live a virtuous life, I feel like I don't have the same insecurities, fears, and worries as in the royal court, so when I sit quietly under the tree, I feel a gentle peace. Happiness filled my heart, so I uttered such words." 6. Factor of concentration, Samadhi Sambojjhanga. Concentration is samadhi, which means keeping the mind fixed on one point, one object, not allowing the mind to wander elsewhere. Enlightenment factor is the mind that is always calm and alert, not influenced by afflictions, delusions and external conditions affecting the mind. We know that Buddhist teachings are introspective teachings. So the practice of right concentration is indispensable in the life of Buddhists. The goal of Buddhism is to help people return to themselves, realize the value of all values. There is no value greater than the value of each person, because happiness or suffering are created by people. That's why Buddha once said, "Man is supreme." Practicing to concentrate the mind does not mean to know other people, to look into the roots and lives of others, or to have supernatural powers, miracles to cure diseases, cure evil spirits. Command demons and spirits, those things are contrary to the law. With the spirit of Buddhism. On the contrary, the concentration taught by Buddha is to cure the disease of delusion, running after external conditions, not recognizing the value of one's own source of happiness. This is truly the difference between Buddhism and other religions. 7. The enlightenment factor of equanimity, upekkha sambojjhanga, equanimity, is upekkha, due to the two root words upa, which is correct, true, impartial, and ikka, which is to see, to perceive, to reason. So, upekkha is seeing correctly, judging correctly, or reasoning impartially, without attachment, without dislike, without liking or dissatisfaction. The Jataka Sutra says, in happiness, in affliction, in ups and downs, we must keep our mind like the earth. Likewise, on the earth, we can throw away anything, whether sour, sweet, clean, or dirty, the land is still calm indifferently. The earth is neither angry nor loving. Using wisdom to counteract the attachment of the mind, not letting the shadow of false thoughts remain in the mind, always allowing the mind to achieve peace, that is, we practice the mind. No object can make a person with a mind of equanimity shaken. Advantages and adversity do not make a person with a mind of equanimity feel insecure. The dharma of equanimity is carried away. People who practice equanimity do not cling to the dharmas they have practiced and achieved. The Diamond Sutra says, the person who practices must be like a boat crossing the river. When the boat has arrived, if you leave and go ashore, you won't be able to go anywhere or know anything. For some ideas when practicing the enlightenment factor. 1. When practicing Dharma investigation, it helps Buddhists to perceive independently, freely, autonomously, and with awareness, free from beliefs, dogmas, and tendencies to rely on supernatural powers. Bless, and blind faith. Eliminating all human will to think and have personal control. 2. People are always influenced by evil thoughts, and are unable to maintain mindfulness, scattering their inner strength, destroying their will with unrealistic doubts and pursuits. Practicing the factor of mindfulness and enlightenment means we have adjusted our physiology and psychology in terms of ourselves. 3. Practicing the Dharma of diligent enlightenment means we eliminate laziness, hesitation and inconsistency in life when we encounter many obstacles. It can be said that diligence is a factor in developing the virtue of perseverance to help people succeed on their career path. 4. Anxiety and depression are the cause that gnaws and burns people, causing them to wither over time, so people often say, a smile is better than 10 doses of tonic. Indeed, applying the joy and enlightenment factor means we have a smile in awareness. Mr. Demanda said, the secret of a happy and successful life is to try to do things worth doing in the present, not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past. 5. All attachments to insecurity and fear are the causes that make our bodies and minds feel heavy, uncomfortable in life, and frustrated in our activities. Practicing light and peaceful enlightenment means we have a light body and mind, letting go of the burden of anxiety and fear. By being leisurely in our work, we have shown ourselves to be Buddha's children and enjoyed the Buddha's Dharma. 6. Resentment, war, conflict over interests, having to cause harm to oneself and others. All breakdowns in happiness, in friends, in family, originate from the cause of not being able to control the mind. Practicing the limb of enlightenment means a Buddhist who studies the Dharma to master himself, develop his mental strength, and not be dictated by external conditions. 7. Jealousy, and stinginess all originate from a lack of equanimity, so afflictions and suffering also arise from this land and bear fruit. Practicing the enlightenment factor of letting go means we have expanded our compassion, let go, eliminated all small, selfish mentality, and broken down the wall of individualism. Therefore, if you want your life and that of others to be happy and peaceful, you must practice renunciation and enlightenment. Only true love based on the thought of equality can bring meaning to life. See, conclusion, through the above factors, it gives us an awareness, only the path of practicing 7 methods leading to enlightenment, 7 factors of enlightenment, can bring about a peaceful and happy life. Free from suffering that Duk Buddha declared, the water of the 4 seas has only one taste, that is the salty taste of salt. The teachings of the Tathagata are the same, there is only one taste, that is the taste of liberation.
Thank you for spending your valuable time on my channel Journey to Enlightenment. Wishing you a very peaceful and happy day. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my support channel. See you in the next video.